children, in our English class today, we are going to learn about what is a sentence, what are the kinds of sentences, and difference between a sentence and a phrase. So do watch this video till the end. Now let's come to sentence. What is a sentence? A group of words that makes a complete sense is called a sentence. That means when we arrange a group of words meaningfully, that gives us a complete meaning, then it is a sentence. A sentence always starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop or a question mark or a mark of exclamation. Now before I go to my next part of this video, that is a difference between the sentence and phrase, let me make you familiar with the common punctuation marks. Now look at the screen, children. This is a full stop. We use this full stop to end a sentence. The next one is the question mark. This question mark is also sometimes put at the end of a sentence. And this is the exclamation mark. We also put an exclamation mark sometimes when we end a sentence. So in my next part of the video, I will also be telling you the uses of these punctuation marks. Now let us go to the next part where I will tell you the difference between a sentence and a phrase. So as I told you, a sentence is a group of words arranged meaningfully to give us a complete sense. Like, we are good children. This is a sentence because it is giving us a complete meaning. What is a phrase? A group of words that makes sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. That means when we arrange a group of words and it gives us a meaning but not a complete meaning, then it is not called as a sentence but it is called as a phrase. And a phrase never starts with a capital letter, neither a phrase ends with any of the punctuation marks. Nothing is put after a phrase. For example, in the park. When we say in the park, it gives us a meaning, but the meaning is not complete. So this is a phrase. Now I will tell you about the kinds of sentences. Children, there are 4 kinds of sentences. I will be discussing each one with you. What are the 4 kinds of sentences? Number 1 is assertive sentence. This assertive sentence is also called as a declarative sentence. Assertive sentence is also called as a declarative sentence. An assertive sentence says or states something. That means when we get any kind of information from a sentence, that sentence is called as an assertive sentence. We get some information. That is why it is called as assertive or declarative sentence. For example, the sun rises in the east. This is a sentence from where we are getting some information. Next, it is going to rain now. This is also an assertive sentence. Annie won't be going to school today, or Annie won't go to school today. So these are some of the examples of assertive sentence. So always keep it in mind, assertive sentence means a sentence from where we get information. That is called as an assertive sentence. Now children, this assertive sentence again can be subdivided into kinds, that is affirmative or negative. So what is an affirmative sentence and what is a negative sentence? An affirmative sentence is a sentence where we do not put no or not. For example, Tansen was a great classical singer. This sentence is giving us an information, and also in this sentence we do not have used no or not. So this is an affirmative sentence. And what is a negative sentence? I'll give you an example to make it clear to you. As a child, he did not want to learn music. So this sentence is again giving us an information. So it falls under the category of assertive sentence. But what is the division? The division is negative. It is not an affirmative sentence. Why? Because in this sentence there is a word not. So whenever you get this type of sentences, no or not, so that is the negative sentence, and this negative sentence also falls under the category of assertive sentence. So I hope this is clear to you. The next kind of sentence is interrogative sentence. This sentence is very easy. An interrogative sentence asks a question. The sentence that asks a question is an interrogative sentence, and it is very easy to identify an interrogative sentence because children, the interrogative sentence always starts with a question, always ends with a question mark. So whenever you get a sentence ending with a question mark, that is an interrogative sentence, and the interrogative sentence asks question. For example, do you watch television? May I ask you a question? Will it rain today? Will you not go to school today? So look at all these sentences. You will find that all these sentences are ending with a question mark. Why with a question mark? Because these sentences are all asking questions. So a sentence that asks a question is an interrogative sentence. The next kind of sentence is imperative sentence. What is an imperative sentence? An imperative sentence expresses a command. What is a command? Command means an order, a request, or an advice. So imperative sentence always expresses a command or a request or an advice. So the sentence that gives an order or a request or an advice is called as an imperative sentence. Now look at the examples. Be quiet, do not shout. What is this? This is a command or an order. Next, open the door please. This is also another kind of imperative sentence, which is a request. Number 3, always obey your elders. What is this? This is a piece of advice. So the sentences that are giving a command or placing a request or giving you an advice is an imperative sentence. Open your grammar book. This is also a kind of order or a command. So all these sentences are imperative sentence. An imperative sentence always ends with a full stop. And children, if you look at the sentences carefully, you will see that in most of the sentence the subject is hidden. So there are two parts of a sentence. I hope you know it. If you do not know this, I will be discussing this in my next class. There are two parts of a sentence, subject and predicate. So in this imperative sentences, the subject is mostly hidden. The last kind of sentence is the exclamatory sentence. What is exclamatory sentence? An exclamatory sentence expresses a strong, sudden feeling. When a sentence expresses a sudden feeling or a strong feeling, that is an exclamatory sentence. And it is also very easy to identify an exclamatory sentence. Why? Because an exclamatory sentence always ends with a mark of exclamation. So, as you see a sentence ending with a mark of exclamation, or sometimes it may not end with a mark of exclamation, it may end with a full stop, but somewhere in the sentence you will find there is a mark of exclamation. When I give you the example, you will get to know. So look at the examples. Number 1. What a pretty dress it is. This sentence expresses a sudden feeling, and this ends with a mark of exclamation. Number 2. Wow, this story is very interesting. Now you find this is a sentence that is ending with a full stop. But if you look at it carefully, you will see that after wow, there is a mark of exclamation. So this is an exclamatory sentence. Wow is an expression of sudden feeling. Same way, number 3. Oops, I fell down. This is also an exclamatory sentence. Sentence number 4. What a beautiful sight. Now this sentence ends with the mark of exclamation. So these are the different types of exclamatory sentences. I hope this is clear to you. The sentence, kinds of sentences, difference between a sentence and a phrase. In my next grammar class, I will be teaching you about the two parts of a sentence, that is the subject and the predicate. And in my last grammar class, I taught you about nouns. If you have missed that class, I will be giving you the link in my description box today. So you may go to the link and find out the classes on nouns. So this is all for today. Thank you for watching my video. Bye-bye.